Welcome to my game development stream. Still without Navatar, but yes, not easy to fix with my problems, and I wanna just continue developing. I do that. First I start everything, then we look over the current state of the game, and then I look what's currently for open task I want to do. Here's my game. I'm the blue dot shooting white dots. I have to destroy black dots, which are the enemies. Currently have some weird clipping happening sometimes. Borders are not completely painted, the enemies. Is a bug to fix. Here's a bug where they run just left. Have to fix it. I can. If I too far away from enemies, they stop following. And if I kill enough enemies, I get skill points, which give me level up, which gives me a skill point to improve something. Now, these enemies can stack in 1 point, probably also something I need to change in the future. This ball of 100 enemies reaches me, I will be dead. What I improved in the last streams is the performance for having a lot of enemies which are not on screen. Because I have an infinite world, I can have many enemies, which I all keep in my memory. Okay. Now I'm strong. Here we see enemies which are exactly on the border where this cutting happens. It's infinite, not finished painting. See. Long path behind me of enemies. Now I need to turn. Can I survive? A lot of multi-shot and it's getting easier. Let's run backwards and see. Oh, mostly they find back. After some time they should be respawned. Yeah, looking good. At least respawned if they died. This looks more like where I passed. So if they're too far away, they try to go back to position. And if they are even further away, they just no longer calculated and stay where they are. But currently, okay, randomly skilled. And I'm back at the start. More or less works. Let's die one time. Because they run perfectly in me, they will die the moment they hit the bullets. Okay, I died. Looking good. Or did not crash or anything, and performance seemed fine. Let's look into bugs then. Enemies on the left running away from the player instead towards him. Oops, I didn't want to click this. It's basically reload. I run towards these dots, they will run left. Yep. And I'm not sure why. What can I do to find out? One problem is I have so many enemies, I have to find exactly these which run away. But possible. So now we have only a few enemies on the screen. I go to the painting of them. Currently unsure where here. I don't paint that and I don't paint here. Where is my paint? 30, 28. Would probably be around here somewhere. So this dot, can I... Let's take this dot, it might be here or here. At 76, yeah, this looks good. Let's say character color be white exactly. And paint it. Perfect. Now we have a white character. Now I... Oh no, this will die, this character. Because it's the first in the line. This one before, better. Let's look where he paints. Okay, this one might be good. And we take... Let's take blue. Now we have blue and white. If I hit this should... I would expect this one to run left. And I have to find where I determine the move direction. I would want to break here if it hit if enemy dot color is equals blue. I have just one blue. I would expect perfect. Now see enemy of throwing 2. Next waypoint minus 420 100. And I am on minus 460 60. So x is greater, which means no, minus 420. Again, I miss. Yes, this is bigger. So it's to the right, which is correct. But y was 60 and the waypoint says 100. So he thinks he has to run down also one tile. But it's still good enough. And now can I jump? Move direction is okay. I don't know what move direction this is. Let's see. The ones in the correct. Oh, I'm confused. Oh, I don't paint for a few things because it's a blue on his gun. Somewhere else, one to the left. Let's try again. Now let's find. Oh, yes, this is the first two. I did not quite get which dot ones to the left. What does this do? Left and then right, okay. And the third one. Right, left, 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 left. Okay, let's try to get the third one then. This one. Give it white. Perfect. Then again on determine enemy move direction if enemy color is white. Here it's enemy minus 560. This is perfect. He should run to the right. Let's see what direction he has. Is 3.14. And this might be not correct. I need to know what values do I have. will now do 50 ticks, so I cannot see every frame. But move character tick will be the next. Let's look. Determine enemy hits player. I'm interested in here. So it's move to -500. Move to the wrong position, even though the waypoint was correct. So we know what's going wrong. The calculate direction. Which means I can step here, step down here, step in here. I mispressed. This is step into. You should see the difference is X smaller equal. So we will jump in here. Let's see if I don't currently know which. This is 0. But this should be the same as pi. No, it's not. It's pi is exactly the other direction. So I have to remove the equals, I would think. Let's try it. This one is not working. Or I reload. I can remove the breakpoint. Want some map where I can just run right or left. And they follow. Good. Let's see if I do now to the right. Also looks good. And now top. Need a top pass. Looking good. And now bottom. Looking good. Okay, I think I fixed the passing problem. This is here. Bug fix passing. Running left. Next. I don't have. Okay, next I want to do the painting bug is cut off by map painting. this is based because I paint the map, and in the map chunk I paint my characters. This doesn't work. Or this has a cutting problem. I cannot paint them here. Chunk characters. Paint characters. Spotted. I can take them out here. I can paint them here more or less, but this cannot happen. I do it here. And like this. Or I paint first the map and then the characters. Widths, 8 widths, it's painting. Okay. Did I reload? And one more time. Oh. I grow a lot of enemies and currently. Oh, interesting. This might be due to passing. Because spike, yes. Because there are a lot of enemies. Interesting. Something I have to look into one day. So if they have my caching does not work because suddenly a lot of them want to go back to their original position. I guess that's it. In this case, there's no cache, but the goal they're trying to want to is also not moving. Oh, this looked fine. Okay, and when I pull down these, they want to run back, they have a long path. This will also create lag. Guess, yes, exactly this happens. Okay, understood. This is a new bug. Performance bug. Pulling enemies away from spawn and outranging move back pulling many enemies far away from spawn and then out, then they will move back to their spawn. But because all of them and okay. They will move back to their own spawn and create a lot of lag. This is basically it. I did the painting bug. Let's commit this tiny change. Fine. Something like this. Next, enemy size not used for determine character and distance, but is relevant. Determine character and distance. Determine max keys and distance. Calculate distance. But because enemies can have different sizes, it's hard to know what the correct value would be. You can just make something like max enemy size estimate. Make 100 out of it and add it to here. Might be even too much. I also do the max distance. I calculate distance to a character. No, distance from point to point. Size does not matter. Size does not matter. By alert. Okay. For aggro range, it's okay. If is it? I'm only interested in center distance. It's fine. And here I detect projectile at determine character and distance. Would say I have to add. Let's take this out here. I think it's correct to don't consider the size, as I'm using position and distance. If I do this, I can add something like this here. I have to consider enemy size and projectile size. Point size. Projectiles. Oh, they can't have. Net max projectile size estimate is 10. Which gives me make it 20 and that's more 40. Still be able to hit. Let's get a few enemies. Dodge a bit, although it's not intended. That's a multi-shot. Okay, so far looking good. I will see it as a small improvement. Did I change something here? Why do I see something there? Is it an improvement? It's a small change, let's call it. Push. Next. Infinite passing problem. Okay. This is a bit more complicated. This is a lot of restructuring. This is some smaller improvement. Enemies are good in an inactive chunk. This is currently not a problem. Put it in here. A painting should not create enemies. This will be important, the first one. Bug infinite passing. It's also important to fix because we saw yesterday that this can happen. This is some performance improvement, but this think I slowly reach a point where I should create automated tests which actually play the game. So I think I would say I would prefer to create, call it a real test. There's a real test, this create test which plays the game. Stars. Let's call it just next task. This technical task works. Sure. Okay, I want to think about the test. Currently, I did some performance tests for very specific functions, but I want test which just plays the game, which I can also play in multiplayer. I can decide if single player or multiplayer. It's also something I could test one time. See how this seems to be disconnected. Okay, they are. No, don't kill him. Let's make one big and the other small and see if everything works. Can now kill him by pulling the enemies to him. Something. An enemy which cannot be hit and cannot die. Oh, it is it. Bullets are interesting. I have a magical chunk here. Let's see what happens here. Oh. Now I'm a dead player moving around. But what happened is only chunks are determined, active chunks are only determined by the main player, let's call it. The player in slot 1. And player in slot 1 can also not die. I tick dead players. Okay, I have 2 new bugs which I need to fix first. So I think this is player 1. If this one dies, can still run, and if okay. So first one, dead players should not do stuff. Tick characters. Characters, leveling character. Tick player character. If character is dead, return. Do I? And he doesn't need to move. Doesn't need to activate chunks. Ah, no, the last. I determine chunks for active chunks. I do it for one character, which is bad. I need to do it for a set of characters. Exactly, I need a set. Let's change this. Determine near chunks for I won't do it in here. I will remove it from character. Park it in game for the moment. Or should I? Or should I park it here? I tick characters. But I give him the player characters. I will throw it in here. Determine chunks for active chunk. Determine active chunks. I want characters. I want all player characters. I will determine map keys in distance. I need to look up sets maybe. So for every player, I will, oops, go away. I don't call this anywhere, so after I detect this, does this make sense? What is also if should a dead character I is dead, then continue. Dead ones should not activate. I can react to my click. Find active chunkies. I think JavaScript and set. Set is such a Okay, but I found it. The word set would be a problem to search. I have add as and converting between set and array. Make a new set from the array. Can I also concatenate two sets? Union set A, set B, new set or set B. Okay, then make a function for it. Find for add key set set of strings, and it's a new set. I get all keys. I need this is string, array string. It's just for the fun. Our script over array. I have constant element of array. Okay. Const. Okay, so probably a special word. Map key. Const map key. Keys. Key set at map key. At the end, I want to change it to an array. It's just like this. So I iterate over every player. I determine keys which are in distance. I add them to a set. The set cannot have duplicates. If I add one which is already in there, nothing will happen. And now at some position in here, I just need to call it. And game state map. Now I have 4 errors. Game. Why? Is it all because of these? No. thinks he is an error, I think. 41. I think this doesn't need to be a leveling character. He's more happy I can get a character out of it. Okay. So Visual Studio did not see this error. For some reason. I did not see it. Let's see, I changed multiplayer. I need to reload on both. I know. First I should die. Yes, okay, but the enemies still run to me. And they still damage me. I have different results. Not good, but that's it. So, because I don't delete that stuff, I now need to check for it in different positions. So calculate this great no. Determine enemy direction. Determine enemy hits player. Closest player. Oh, I already have a closest player. Where did I calculate it? Closest, determine closest character. Character, calculate distance, no. If, do I want determine closest living character? Do I for some reason need to know dead characters? I don't think so, at least currently, so we can just filter them. Characters. Okay. Dot is dead. Continue. So, closest character skipped next. Determine enemies player. Get the closest and hit him. But the closest is now no longer considered, so this should work fine. I think I also use it for passing, so next test. So I want, if I die, they no longer should care about me. They were also too far away. The kill counter is already different. see. Here 4, 5, 7, 10, 12. What's most likely happening is I think I run this out of range of this guy. And because this one does not paint, things will be different. Okay. Let's run. Currently they work. I can I do make a bit higher score and see what happens. Oh no, I got kills and this did not get kills, which I assume the enemies were not created for him down up there. Quickly have stuff here. He did not have. Most likely. And I know I fix it first. Let's fix this multiplayer bug. BugFix multiplayer. Multiplayer stuff. Let's call it like this. Next, I wanted to test, but this painting already creates desyncs. Now I feel like I should fix this first before I create tests. But with a test I could try to create. Let's do the painting first. Summary structure required. In my game I have the runner that paints all. Paint all. If I paint characters, I don't think anything out of the ordinary is happening. I have characters in their position. Projects also kill count, otherwise so paint map is the only problem currently because I create new chunks here. Which I should not do. This position. Let's see, where I also create chunks. Game test is an interesting map. If I want to get a map tile, I create the chunk. this is also dangerous because get map tile happens a lot. But most, I have to look into it. New chunk. Create new chunks. This is function I'm currently searching. And this is where I have to remove it. And let's look into get map tile. And all references is easier. It only happens is position blocking, and is position blocking is used a lot. Let's see, is position blocking if I move a character. This is painting unrelated, so it's okay. Spawn position on player. I would assume this is also painting unrelated. Wait, fixed position respawn enemy. Also assume this is unrelated. Pathfinding is also not painting related. And this also, so I think I'm good if I move it from paint, but I will need to edit somewhere else. Let's see what happens. I just don't do it. Okay, now I have a chunk I want to paint which does not exist. If chunk undefined, I first have to continue, but I will also console log missing chunk creation. Let's throw in the chunk key. Okay, I don't have it saved, but yeah. All the chunks are missing, and the same happens below there. Chunk undefined, we continue. So for parsing, this is interesting. Here's a very high, very large parsing area. It's generated a lot of chunks. But which is the reason? So if I don't leave my chunk, nothing will be generated. The moment I shoot out of chunks, it also does not matter. I enter the chunk, it will be generated. Enter a chunk with enemies. They will aggro to me, okay. So me entering a chunk is currently the only trigger. Can I stop the text? No, okay, it will always happen. And let's disconnect for a moment. I need to generate the chunk somewhere. And this will be in the tick. The game is ended. I don't need to generate chunks, I would think. And generating chunks have to happen first. Function check for chunk generation. Nope, nope. Generate missing chunks. Let's call it this. It's a map. I need more. Need the players. I need the players. Player characters. Character. I think like this could be a version. No. I need to be similar to paint. Where I would say it, well, let's keep it. A bit like this, I would say. I'm not interested in the camera. Will be Tate is, let's call it a radius. Generation radius to 2000. Start will be, we'll need to generate for all players. Character, constant character, was it off player characters? Player character. And for every single one I need to do it. The start will be character Generation radius. I need a radius. Okay, radius is then 1000. I don't need the divided by 2. These check the I will do 1 over. 1 over is no longer required, I think. Will be done through the radius. And if the chunk is not existent, I will create it. Moment. Creates a chunk, but I did not push it. Well. Create new chunk. I need the ID counter. ID counter. And map point chunks is equals chunk. I need the game state ID counter. This could be it. It's definitely bigger, but doesn't work like I want it to. Generation radius divided by chunk size. This is because let's then make, if it's a radius, I need to multiply here by 2. Now I have chunk generation based on ticking, and so if my resolution is bigger than 2000, which exists, would be a problem. So let's do 1500. There are 4K resolutions, but probably the game would be very small. Let's reconnect both. Let's see. I did not pay attention why the other one died. I went too far away. Okay, I aggroed for him. And well, not too bad. Some did move, some did not move. I'm interesting how it looks. 19. I think it is in sync again. No die. Okay. Fine for me. Which means I finished this most likely. Team player syncing failing because painting does did do map generation. So multi-player thinking failed. Okay, good enough. Push. Next, the tests. I want to be able to automate testing. I need an easy setup. I might change a lot in the game, but I need to be able to fix the test fast so that they are not too dependent on changes. Too much effort is because of changes. But I also have some performance identicator. I want the test to run on maximum. Oh, I should write it down. We test. Test can run on original speed or as fast as the CPU allows. I'm some confused. Allows. Loud. Okay, seems to be correct. Allows. Test can run on original speed as fast. Okay. Is to fix if gameplay changes. I'll probably be able to record my own play and set for test. Sync this up on test does do a real play and test can also okay. I think this is the most important stuff for my test. Test will use a well. Let's max speed usable for performance application. Okay. So I have my game test. This currently used it for this function. Let's do a new test class or throw everything in here. Well, I will. Let's just make this my new area function. Wheel test. So, what is a wheel test? If I will bind it again to a key, I press the key, I have my game. But my game has also a wanna associated to it. I need, let's go look into the main. Create the game. I add key listeners. It's not, what? Yes, I want, so the test should also press keys, so key listener are important. I want to see what's happened, so yes. Game init. It's important. Runner socket connect. I think the WebSocket connect adds, move it to the keys, play input, if game multiplayer WebSocket. I'm currently, I close it. I null this, okay. If it's null, will connect. And if I'm connected, I will disconnect. So I broke the game. I connect. I disconnected. I still have the ping. Something is not right. See, I'm closed. I'm open. If I open again, I lose connection. Socket open. I get the open message. I set the socket. Does the init need something? Yes, I set values if I init. Which means if I Connect. Do I need to do? I'm the only one playing. It will break. Okay, a simple solution. I should not connect if a game state is ended or something. So if game is ended, I can connect. I cannot move. Wait, though, can't I move? No, it's a game. It's not I spawn and I can't move. But stuff is happening. Okay, a new bug I want to look into first. This player input. I have it. I most likely handle the command. Press something here. Now I can look into here. Game state player inputs is empty. Don't have a client ID. Undefined. Okay. This might be the problem. I don't get a client ID. This is not optional. It's required. Do I get an error somewhere now? Seems not. Game state. I have player inputs. No. I think I want to have a client ID related. Let's make it back. What? Do I need it? I need to look it up. I think this is a good lookup. Tick player inputs. If it should be executed now, so it's a player input. If execute time is not too long ago, this is a bad number here. Then I take the client ID. I expect it to be here. Interesting. Player action. Then I search the player by ID. And And if it's null, I return. So I need 90. And I can't do this. To make it mandatory. And I need where do I I'm missing something. Let's go through player input key event. Here I throw in the client ID, client key bindings. I think this is something I set in init. Client key bindings. Game init players maybe. Add game state client IDs. I should be a -1. I think currently I can't run. See game state. I don't have a client ID in here. And my player 0 has client ID undefined. And my client key bindings go to -1. Okay, I need a -1 player. Client ID is a number. I will get it out of client IDs. And only filled by multiplayer, I think. If I execute a command, I have connect info, game state client IDs. Only put in my client ID. But I will get the game state, and here I have all client IDs. So maybe the default game model. Would have a client ID of -1. Yes, perfect. And if I connect now, doesn't let me because I'm in game. I die. I connected. Now I'm multiplayer. But I also can disconnect anytime. Okay. And for me, I'm not connected. Connect myself. This one not connected. Was not connected. Interesting. Now I have delay for some reason. Now it's gone. Scale 7, 8. Looking good. Can disconnect. No, I'm disconnected. Restart. This guy is still there. Okay, why not? A problem for some day, from some other day. Let's see. This one also. Okay, this one sees it. One is disconnected. Can connect this one. And then I will have delay till we start. Interesting. I have an idea why, but not important now. Okay, I fixed this problem. I should also clear these errors up someday. Let's go like this. Okay, I was working on testing. I want to set up a game, which happens in main. I need control of the runner, which I currently do not have. Hmm. Do I need control of the runner? I could. Give in the current game. Restart it. and throw in some inputs and see what happens. But later I'm dependent on the runner. For netplay it will be difficult. Was as CPU allows will be difficult for network, for multiplayer. So I should start without multiplayer. Do multiplayer later, I would say. Which means I should think if I make a player input which does not run over multiplayer, I just execute it. It's a player input I push it. But I don't put in a time. Uh, just push it in player inputs. And I have a player action. Take player inputs. Is the execute time in here? It? Here, player input. I don't put the time in here. Ah, here I do. Yeah, it's the time. I could it configurable. I give an extra parameter for the delay. Its execute time is a number, and it's equals game state time plus 1. This should not change anything, but for my testing purposes I can now manipulate the execute time. So don't want to click there. So I'm not connected, can still run. Multiplayer is still working. Now, in my test, I could get the game state, the game. Real test now is something silly, but I don't have the game. Do I have it? Running real test. The game. The game. Player input can throw in the game. And I can now game to execute command game and data. I only want the data. Let's think. I can game think performance allows me to do anything. Test, let's call it test inputs. If these are undefined, it will be equals empty array and push data. I have a better idea. This is execute time. Remove it. Nope. Remove it. Back to the old value. And if I don't have execute time defined, I set it. I don't have the test inputs, I create it and now I push the data. Okay. One a bit around. Now I die. Now I just to pause where I have the game. performance inputs. Okay, can I game performance test inputs? Can I copy them? Copy object. I have a test. Does he paste? A lot, but client ID 1, execute time, execute. Yes, perfect. Or less perfect. Let's remove it out of here because it's terrible. Test inputs .ts. Test inputs const test inputs equals this. I think this works. Now in my game test, I just right, left, right, left. I need to export thing. Export test inputs, game test. Test input equals test inputs. Does this work? Well, let's try else for input of test inputs. I can input this. And I now do game. Oh no, what do? I want to handle command game data. I think input is but first I need to restart game restart. Give the game game and I print the inputs. Let's see what happens. I reload, I test. Perfect. Now I need some manipulation. Game state seed, random seed. Let's put it to 0. No, random seed. And I want to games state map, create a map. Can I, let's go to create map, game map, needs a seed. Fact. Now I have game state map seed is equals 02. And Now I have just test. Test. I can restart, have a different map. The test will always be correct. Okay. Now I need to get let's do a function. I think it's game. I think I have the restart somewhere. Game restart. Export function. Game test map is game test restart. Game start test world. And I want the game in here. Let's do it like this. Can do the game test restart. Come. Let's clean a bit up. I throw in all the inputs, but I know where to player input. Oops. T. Let's make it Z for now. Just this is dangerous. Can I handle command for this? Should do a handle command for it. Start. Start is also player input. I push data. Okay, so I could look this up. Throw it in here. Make one more value. It's test. Call it test equals true. And now if I execute the command, push it in here, I will come back somewhere here. Start after tick. Okay, here I lose the information. Let's go backwards. Who does call it? The command imports it, but it's no longer used in here. we have the function itself, my restart test world. And I have it after paint and in the tick. And I will do one small change. Let's go in the middle. Let's do I put it in the state? Let's put it in the state, I would say. Testing equals could put it in here. It's state related. I'm unsure. Testing is a boolean, doesn't need to exist. I test work in multiplayer. I now, if I press a key, I will make the testing true parameter in the command. Handle command will send it over multiplayer. I execute it. I will push it. And here I can test if data is testing. No, not is testing. Testing is will be a boolean. If it's undefined, it will be false. Else it's if it's false, it is not okay. I should be able to do game dot testing is true. I have it, and now in the game, if game point is testing, I will do game set test world, test seeds, set test seeds. I set test seeds. I should be fine. And now I'm in here. What did I break? Game restart. Game testing equals true. I restart and I saw in the things. Moment. I use this, but this is Currently not required. Test world, and it will replay. I'm stupid. I require it because I myself want to be able to play it. So I can play R, I can play, but if I press Z, missing chunk creation. Does this? Okay. It's more or less coming with the Z button because the button resets the seed. And I also wanted to game performance. Now I don't remember where I put this stuff. Did I have the code here? No. Test inputs in commands. Will be empty. I want to now I also can let's do some collect test inputs. Performance is stupid, but I keep it there now. And in commands I can just test if they are not undefined. I push the data. So if I start the game with the Z key, I will collect inputs. I could print them out if I die. Let's see. Game run, I tick, I paint, and game. I have the state. The state does not have the information. Let's see who calls it. There's information in here. Let's do it if game state, no, game performance, then console log game performance, and I called it collect test inputs. Sit here. Okay. Now, if I press that, I can play around. Let's kill a few. Let's make one upgrade. Let's make another upgrade. And now let's die here in the left. Did I crash? If game ended and game. Performance look. Maybe the collection did not work. Let's stop. Let's find out. Performance is empty. Let's see. Game performance collect test inputs is. I set it on an empty array. Should work, I think. Let's see the code. Yeah. If I press Z, I the game, have performance, have collect test inputs. I play and I go die. Now I'm dead. I just stop anywhere. And the performance is empty. And let's do. Doesn't look like I delete anything. So I press this key, just die. I have the game here. This game state, I want the game. Performance is empty. Something does not work. Do a restart. Let's remove it from here. Let's move it into game. Let's make a test logout. Test inputs, call it like this. And if we start, we can do it here. Or does the game init remove here? It clears the performance. Okay, there's a problem. So I need to just move it here. This should work. No, Z. Just go die. Test inputs. Now let's do test with some kills. Good speed. Shot. I lost some HP. Die. Back test inputs 255. Copy object. Go here. I cannot do Control A. Well, this is the fastest one I know. I could try later that it copies me with this string everything. So now I have my test inputs, I reload, and I press my test button. And I don't press anything, he plays on its own. It's upgrade. Does a multi-shot. Another multi-shot upgrade, yes. Does it all on its own. And I died. Perfect. Replay worked. Now I need to be able to speed it up. Let's see. The game runner is currently the one controlling speed. I have a tick interval, but this is currently badly implemented. Let's do Kodo game model. I have the testing. It's an optional parameter. I can throw more stuff in here. Export type testing stuff. Testing stuff? Why not? Testing active equals is a boolean and max speed equals, no, it's also boolean. I can make this optional. So testing stuff, I can make this a testing stuff. Let's capitalize it. Now I do a restart. I do a testing active equals true. And I will also do max speed, want max speed true. It's already working. And now in game, tick interval. Well, I do it with painting, which is not bad. But do I do it const? Let timer sleep equals tick interval timer sleep. Timeout sleep. Timeout sleep. Timeout sleep and if game testing and max speed time out sleep will be 0, and my test sets it to true, and I press the test button. Doesn't look like it works. Let's find the runner. See here. Game max speed is true. Timeout sleep. Timeout sleep is 0. What I want. It's good, but it should be faster. No, it binds itself to the real time. Ah, okay. I see the problem. But it's also getting late. Is the time now? I'm not in multiplayer. Game will start time. I need to manipulate this time. So if I'm on max speed, I should not sleep, and I need to minus tick interval. Minus equals tick interval. And do I need to edit? No. I think this could work. Test. It's faster, but not max speed. Is it the maximum speed? I'm not sure. It just feels like twice as fast. For every tick, I go 1 tick back. And I do not sleep. What does this tick interval still do? Don't go in here because I'm not in multiplayer. I paint. And then I tick. I think I do the correct thing. It would feel incredibly slow if it's just this fast. But possible. Time now. Console log. Tick. Would be performance now, which is bigger. So if I subtract time now, I have some tick values. See what he says. 2 milliseconds. feels not as fast as I would expect it. Okay, let's see. Do I have clock seconds? I only see minutes. Then I will do a short test outside the stream, outside of the shared screen. Start test at 40 seconds on my clock. Now. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seconds. Did happen in real life, and 30 seconds, so it's 3 times faster. Feels slow. But let's check work in progress. But it's a working version, so testing setup, working on testing setup. Commit it, push it. Perfect. And he also throws out those inputs, but not bad. He can do it. So one last time, I don't play, and it's speed up. My bot is playing, and I always get the same score, which is exactly what I want. I would prefer that it can run even faster, but not for today. So I will end the stream here. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.